Jesus freak here. Now, to any of you who are looking at the fact that I get SSI and looking at the food stamp situation, say, get a job, you lazy bum. Y'all don't know my situation. So just leave off, okay? For everyone else, well, autistic people don't like uncertainty. I mean, who does? But we have massive problems with it. Now, assuming anything else hasn't gone pear shaped, that SSI should be there tomorrow morning. If it is, then I'm going to plan around the second worst case scenario. Because the worst case scenario, which is it doesn't come in at all, I don't have a plan for that. I don't know what I'd do. I don't think anyone knows how to deal with that situation. And I think probably have some people unleashing hell down in D.C. if that happened. You'd have a lot of people with nothing to lose. You know what happens when that becomes the case. Anyway, let's omit that possibility as unlikely. I won't say impossible, but unlikely. So then what? SSI comes in, no end for food stamps in sight. So what would I do? I would take the $100, which I would be saving to get ahead of my power bill, and use it for contingency. That if I absolutely need food, like if I get into a serious situation and have to buy food and my food stamps still haven't come in, that's where that'll be going. And if I've calculated correctly, I should have a little over 100 beyond that. That's going to go to the same basic thing, but on a higher priority. In other words, instead of being strictly emergency, I'll dip into it as I need stuff, but not like. And in fact, I'd probably get myself a fairly big haul of groceries with cash. Just, to make it a little easier to weather things. I have a shopping cart on the landing. I don't like to use it, but taking it with me is going to save me $9. So when every penny matters, yeah, I do crack it out once in a while. There's other contingency options. There's, if I really need it, there's a food pantry up the street. That's a contingency I'd rather not deal with, but it's there. So, the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I'm screwed. Second worst case scenario. If I deallocate the money that I'm using to keep ahead of the power bill so that I have more money in the future, then I come pretty close to the amount of money I would have on food stamps that I can use to compensate for not having them. That's only going to work for 1 month, but we have to see how things go. Given the absolute nihilism of Republicans in D.C., I mean, some of the more extreme Republicans, some of the more extreme MAGA types, this isn't, par for the course necessarily for Republicans, but they treat the demon rats, the liberals, and, what Owen Morgan calls them, anyone to the left of hunting the homeless for sport. Like they're not even human. So someone like me is just a waste of oxygen. And if we get through this, and, usually I'd say chances are we will. But we've never had a government so nihilistic and sadistic as we do now. Or a general populace as nihilistic and sadistic as we have. Then I'll probably come out for it stronger. Frankly, if we get through this current presidency, I think a lot of people are going to have PTSD over it. Jesus freak out.